Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. You are here at the Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. We're going to be talking about some extra details regarding financial aid and FAFSA for this year here. My name's Luke Wilson. I am one of our admission counselors here. Anyone watching that's from the North Shore of Massachusetts, Cape and Islands of Massachusetts, state of Maine, or anywhere in the southeastern United States. You've probably already heard my voice, and maybe you're sick of hearing my voice, but you got me for one more video. With me is my colleague Felicia from the Financial Aid Office. Felicia, you want to say hi?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Felicia Sorrentino, Senior Associate Director here at MCPHS University in Student Financial Services. I've been here for 10 years, so happy to be here. Thank you all for joining us again, and let's get started.
Wonderful. I'm glad Felicia's here because she is who I'm always going to when I have questions about FAFSA. So we have the right people here for you. So like I said, we're going to be talking about financial and FAFSA details. I do want to touch on one housekeeping topic first, though, and that's the importance of submitting your deposit and what that means. When you submit your deposit, you are essentially saying, yes, I'm definitely coming. You're locking up your seat to go to that school. It will not go to anyone else. You are coming, right? Our deadline is still May 1st. However, that doesn't mean you have to wait until May 1st to submit that deposit. There is some benefits to submitting it early. If you're ready and you know that you're going to be coming here, it's probably smarter to submit it earlier than later, especially with regard to housing. We look at student housing selections for first-year students on a first-come, first-served basis. So the earlier you submit that deposit, the higher you are on the housing priority list. If you have a specific place that you want to live, the sooner you submit it, the higher your chances of landing in that spot. Another reason, though, is we do have some logistical components. We have a housing forms deadline of May 15th. So you want to make sure it's not just submitting the deposit, it's the follow-up action of submitting your housing forms. That's also kind of the fun part where you're talking about yourself and things like that. You don't have to immediately have your roommate situation figured out. That can come down the road, but you can submit those forms ahead of time. If you don't get them submitted before May 15th, you fall to the bottom of the pecking order on the housing situation. Don't put yourself in that position where you're only giving yourself a week, 2 weeks to fill out housing forms after submitting the deposit. Better idea to get it in early, get that process done sooner. So you're aware, our housing portal is already open for our students who have already deposited. They've already started their housing selection processes. Now, enough of the business stuff. Let's get to the point why we're here. Let's talk a little bit more about FAFSA here. We've already had people starting to submit them. If you haven't done so already, make sure you do so. Felicia, you want to give more details around FAFSA submission stuff?
Yes, of course. So we will be receiving FAFSA information in the order of the submission date. So if you haven't already submitted your FAFSA, get those in. Students and one contributor will need an FSA ID. You want to gather your 2022 tax information and head over to studentaid.gov. Please ensure that you're adding our school code, which is 002165, so that we will be able to receive your FAFSA and review it. Please keep in mind that MCPHS has a priority deadline for filing your FAFSA, which is April 1st. And filing your FAFSA by the priority deadline will maximize the aid at MCPHS that you are eligible for.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Great information there. One extra note that you guys want to be mindful of. In order for us to retrieve your FAFSA data from the feds when they start sending it out, we need your social security number on file. That's kind of the check to make sure we're supposed to be getting that information. So if you're unsure if your social security number is on file with us, please give either our admissions office or our financial aid office a phone call directly here. Our number at the admissions office is 617-732-2850. Please do not email or text that social security number. Make sure you give it to one of our professionals over the phone. Felicia, what's the number for the financial aid office?
617-732-2864.
Wonderful. The whole thing that I want you guys to understand is it's very much a group effort between our admission and our financial aid office in receiving and getting that information in there as soon as possible. And of course, when you have extra questions, reach out to us as well. All right. So we wanted to send along some updates and make sure everyone understands the FAFSA Simplification Act and the adjusted FAFSA timeline. Felicia, can you give us more details on that?
Absolutely. So the FAFSA Simplification Act is a federal law that began with the 2024 to 2025 award year. It's an overhaul of the processes and systems used to award federal aid. It has made the FAFSA easier to complete, simpler and less confusing, and more accurate. The new SAI formula provides a more accurate assessment of a student's need, and more students will qualify for additional aid than in previous years.
Wonderful. Thank you. Very helpful to know that. I'm very happy to hear that more students are going to be getting more aid. That's a great thing about this. Now, we also have resources pages on our website that are available here. So if you go into mcphs.edu and look through the financial aid web pages there, you'll find a FAFSA resources page as well with extra information. Ultimately, we're ready to process FAFSAs as soon as we receive the data. We should be getting them in the near future. So with that in mind, we're excited to get letters out to all of you guys. Felicia, I know there are some steps students should be aware of once we send out financial aid awards. Can you give some details on that?
Yes, so as soon as your financial aid award is ready to view, you will receive an email with your login credentials to what's called the self-service portal. You will log in and view your financial aid award there. You'll also receive a hard copy in the mail. The self-service portal will also tell you if you have any missing financial aid documents or anything that you need to complete. And it will also tell you who your financial aid counselor is with their contact information if you need to contact them directly.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. So you guys know, again, you have multiple resources for that. I'll give you our phone numbers again in just a moment here. Now, just so you're aware, when that self-service portal is open, that is not your bill. Formal bills are going to be issued later on when we get into June. We're not going to dive into those details. That'll keep you on here for a much longer process than what you want to be. But it doesn't mean we can't discuss some essential planning processes that you want to have in mind and you want to start figuring out right now. So that's why we really want you guys to take the time to look at your calendars and really take advantage of our expertise and schedule an affordability appointment with us. So, you know, when you hear the term affordability appointment with MCPHS, that's essentially our version of a financial aid appointment. We're just going over a lot more than financial aid there. We wanted to discuss payment options. We want to discuss everything and make sure there's full transparency and you know everything that you need to know. Now, ultimately, at the end of the day, we're here to help you navigate all of these details. Just to remind you again, that deposit deadline is May 1st, and that housing submission deadline is May 15th. I want to make sure you're keeping that in mind. In other words, good to have these planning conversations sooner than later to make sure you're put at ease around understanding that we are the best fit for you across all those different pieces, and you're more comfortable submitting that deposit sooner than later. Don't wait all the way out until the end of April to do this. Get on top of it now. It's what we're here for. It makes for a much smoother process, and not to mention, student gets to enjoy prom a little bit more and the end of the year with their friends a little bit more. I want you to enjoy that. I don't want you to be robbed with anxiety around, oh, I have to submit my deposit. We can figure that out now. In the meantime, though, I'm sure you guys are going to have questions. I want you guys to reach out with those questions. As I said, I want to give you contact information again. So again, for the admission office, you can always give your admission counselor a call. If you don't know their number, you can always reach our general line. Again, that number is 617-732-2850. If you prefer email, it's very simply admissions@mcphs.edu. Felicia, your contact info?
Yes, I'll give you our contact info. Again, just want to reiterate what Luke said. Take advantage of us and our time, our knowledge, our expertise. We're here to help you. Reach out with any questions that you have. Our phone number is 617-732-2864. You can also email us at sfs@mcphs.edu or studentfinancialservices@mcphs.edu. We look forward to seeing you on campus, and thank you for your time and have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.